question: how can I become more vulnerable and show more emotional intimacy in a relationship? As a relationship coach, I see this problem again and again and again, especially from men, have a very hard time to express vulnerability and show more emotional intimacy. So this question, I know, will relate to many of you, especially men, like I said. And being more vulnerable and showing emotional intimacy in a relationship involves opening up, sharing your true self, and fostering deeper connections. In today's session, I'm going to cover 12. I'm going to reveal to you 12 ways to embrace vulnerability and nurture emotional intimacy. I'm Coach Goldman, your relationship and breakup coach. Number one thing is share your inner world. Demonstrate by your actions that you're not afraid of rejection. This is crucial. Many people who are having a hard time expressing and showing emotional intimacy and become more vulnerable, having a lot of walls. They have a lot of walls and guards because they are so afraid. Deep inside, when you see someone that looks very stoic and not showing emotional intimacy or not being vulnerable, just a little boy that is afraid, or a little girl, they're afraid. There is a fear that they might get hurt again. They got hurt once and they're afraid to get hurt again. So realize that once you are overcoming the fear of rejection, you're actually healing this inner child that got hurt once, or inner adult. Whenever you got hurt on your timeline, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you get over it now, that you deal with it now, whether it was your inner child or it just happened last year. Okay? So what you need to do, I really want to encourage you to demonstrate by your action that you're not afraid of rejection. And you do it by sharing something with your partner that they might not like. You are assuming that they might not like it, and you know that you will get a pushback. Now, don't tease them and don't do something stupid and don't say something that is hurtful, but say something that they might disagree with, and see how it feels, and be open to say it in a way that is both respectful and genuine to you. Because I know that if you're not vulnerable enough or not showing emotional intimacy, is because of fear. And when you take action to surpass the fear, I wouldn't say you're bypassing the process of this realization, but when you demonstrate by actions, you integrate it much quicker. This is why when you share your inner world and you share something that might be controversial or might evoke from your partner a certain reaction that they might reject you, and you are okay with that, this is how you heal. And this is how you say, okay, I can be vulnerable because, hey, I didn't die. So this is number one. Now open up your personal thoughts, dreams, and struggles, especially struggles, because people that are not vulnerable or not showing emotional intimacy, they don't want other people to think that they are weak. So you try to appear strong. But actually you are the weakest when you don't show vulnerability. When you don't show that you have the ability to say, I'm weak. You know how strong you need to be to say I'm weak? That's a very strong trait. Embrace that. Let your partner into your world by sharing what excites you, scares you, or what you aspire to achieve. Be honest. Just put it all on the table, because you really want your partner to like you and to love you for who you are, not for who you are not, or who you are pretending to be. Vulnerability is important because it deepens the connection and makes you become more of who you are. And when you are who you are in a relationship, you flourish, the relationship flourish, and everybody's happy. Vulnerability comes from allowing someone to see the real you. beyond surface level conversations. It's deep, and the relationship needs to be deep. Number 2, be honest about your needs. Clearly express what you need emotionally from your partner, whether it's support, reassurance, or affection. And I gotta give you my example. There were times when I told my partner, I need reassurance from you. I said, I seek your validation. I need some support. Now I need affection. So when you're vulnerable enough to say, express your needs this way, your partner does not need to play guess games with you. They just know. You told them. And when you are that direct in your communication and open, they will appreciate it. And sometimes people need more direct communication, sometimes more indirect communication, but you need to gauge your partner's style of communication, what they appreciate more and when, and you can adjust your level of communication with them based on how they want to be communicated with. And when you are adjusting, you make them feel seen and heard, which immediately will want them to make you feel seen and heard. And then when you show emotional intimacy and vulnerability, this is where they will just appreciate it and appreciate you. And this is how you level up in the relationship. And this is how you create a stronger and a deeper bond. Emotional intimacy grows when both partners feel secure in expressing their needs, desires without fear of judgment. Nothing is off the table. Everything is on the table. Say whatever you want. Say whatever you need. If I can meet your needs or your expectations, I got you. If not, I will express it back to you and we can negotiate. Number 3, allow yourself to feel emotions. You gotta open up. My dear. Don't be afraid. Show your emotions in front of your partner, whether it's joy, sadness, frustration, or fear. Many people say that as a man, you shouldn't show fear or you always need to be stoic and strong. I do believe that you need to be stoic and strong, but a part of being stoic and strong is also show that you have the ability to be vulnerable, to feel fear and do it anyway. You even make it stronger. When you say, listen, babe, I'm afraid of this business adventure, but I fucking got it. I got it. That's it. So your partner knows that there is a fear in you, but you conquer it, which makes you even more valuable in their eyes. Sadness, it's okay. Frustration, I tell my partner a lot if I'm frustrated, and I overcome it. If I'm sad for a bit, I overcome it. And then she knows more of my power. So realize that when you show your emotions more, it actually makes you stronger. Crying, expressing frustration, or showing excitement are all parts of being emotionally intimate. It shows your partner that you trust them with your true emotions. Yeah. And in order for your partner to trust, they need to see all rainbows of emotions on you and know that you have, like I already mentioned, that you have the capability of expressing those emotions and have the ability to control them, engage them when needed. It makes them feel safe, emotionally safe. This is when we talk about emotional safety in the container of a relationship. Number 4, emotional transparency. When something is bothering you, talk about it openly instead of bottling it up. Avoid hiding a wall of I am fine or nothing's wrong. When your partner tells you I'm fine or nothing's wrong, you need to help them open up. If this is you that say I'm fine or nothing's wrong, take note and see that this is where you're closing up. And when you're closing up, your partner feels you're closing up, and guess what happens? They're closing up as well. So if you need help to open them up, you can say, if they say I'm fine or nothing is wrong, let's say that your partner says this to you, you can say something like, when I'm saying I'm fine, I'm not fine. I remember a time when I said I'm fine to actually a friend or an ex-partner, and I was dying inside. I was crying inside. but I had a hard time expressing that. Now, maybe this is what you're feeling right now. Am I correct or am I way off? It's okay. What do you really feel? Tell me. I want to know. You share something vulnerable, you open them up, you set the grounds, and you let them share. So if this is where you find yourself, do it. Being emotionally transparent means being brave enough to talk about feelings even when it's uncomfortable. In a relationship, one of the main skills that the partners in a relationship needs to have in order for the relationship to be happy and healthy is this type of communication, and talk about things when it's uncomfortable. Having an uncomfortable conversation with your partner, it's the most healthy and healing thing. Every time I'm about to have an uncomfortable conversation with my partner, I just know that we are going to grow from it. I know it. So this is why I'm not afraid of it anymore. Sometimes I will say, let's have this conversation later, but I will never cancel it. Number 5, create safe spaces for each other. Encourage a judgment-free zone where you and your partner can speak openly without fear of criticism or rejection. So say to your partner, that's okay. That's okay. We don't have to disagree. And you create a safe space by saying, we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree. That's okay if we don't agree, but we can find the middle ground. We can find the middle. So if you find yourself having a hard time with that and finding hard time with judgment or criticism, you can communicate to your partner and say, I want to open up more, but sometimes I feel that I'm misunderstood and I want to be able to express myself with you more clearly. And you can say, sometimes I'm afraid of criticism or rejection, and I just wanted to let you know that. You see, when you are opening up and say those things, you put them out in the air, your partner will receive it, and they will know not to use this against you. I call it the 8-mile method. Like, when you saw, I don't know if you watched the movie by Eminem, 8 Mile, when he just rap and say everything, all of his flaws to his opponent, and then his opponent had nothing on him. So I use it when I want to communicate something and I have a certain fear. So I will express all of the fears. I'm afraid that you might reject me, criticize me, or be angry. And when you say it, the person is ready. And they know they're not going to use any of the things you mentioned because you mentioned them. That's a good tactic, good technique. This could involve having regular check-ins with your partner, by the way, to create safe spaces for each other. When you do weekly or monthly check-in, when you talk about your feelings, that is great. That is great. You can talk and just share what you feel. And I made a video about how to communicate, to improve communication with your partner. Make sure you watch it. I explain to you how a weekly or monthly check-in with your partner can look like when you share your week, what was great this week, what could have done better, how can you improve each other. So make sure you watch that. You're really going to like it and you're going to learn a lot, because I want to keep this video very specific. So I will be just continuing, but revisit my channel and watch that video. I posted about 6 months ago. It's about how to communicate better with your partner, improve your communication with your partner. Also, I created a playlist of personal development, relationship personal development. Check the playlist and there is all kind of videos over there. All right, number 6, be present and attentive. Emotional intimacy deepens when you're fully present with your partner, whether during serious conversations or during daily interactions. When you're there with your partner, be there. Practice active listening, and give your full attention to your partner's thoughts and feelings. Practice being there. Practice being present. When you feel that when you talk to someone and you feel that they're not present, You feel that they are all over the place. Your will to talk to them and desire to be with them lessen because you're like, this person is not even giving a fuck about me. So when you feel this way, understand that this is a reflection and be the change you want to be in the relationship. You want your partner to be attentive. You want your partner to be present. And when you talk, you want them to listen. So nod, lean in, ask questions, be present and show that you're present by the energy you possess and by questions. And be present with your partner. It goes a long way. 7, share your fears and insecurities. Opening up about your insecurities or fears, whether about the relationship or life in general, helps build stronger emotional bond. Yeah. Sometimes when you say to a partner, I'm afraid of losing you, or I have a fear of cheating. I was cheated on. You probably watched, I don't know if you watched my documentary when my ex cheated on me. That was epic, epic documentary that I did. But the reason that I'm telling you this is because when I started my relationship with my new partner, I told her, I said, listen, I was cheated on. This is a fear that I have that you might cheat on me. Yep, that's a fear that I had. Expressed it fully. She was like, I will never do such a thing to you. I said, okay, I heard it before, but let's see. And it opens up, and she knows how I feel. Let your partner know certain things that make you feel vulnerable. This opens and encourage them to do the same. And this is where the relationship starts to be healthier and reciprocal. You give, they give, instead of you give, they take, or they give, you take. You give, they give, and the relationship flourish together. Number 8, engage in deep conversations. Go beyond small talk and engage in deeper conversations about the past, your past experience, family, personal values, and view on life. Asking meaningful questions create emotional intimacy, as it shows you're genuinely interested in knowing your partner on a deeper level. Number 9, affection and physical intimacy. Sometimes physical gestures like hugging, holding hands, or cuddling create sense of closeness and security that deepens emotional intimacy. Be intentional, my friend. Be intentional with affection, using this as a way to connect emotionally, not just physically. And many times I will go to my partner and I will just place my hand over her heart and look into her eyes. That's it. That's really opening up. If we have a disagreement, I can tell her, babe, let's just stop for a second. Hold her hand, one hand in my hand, my other hand on her chest, on her heart, and look into each other's eyes and say, hey, that's me. That's you. Let's work on it. It's just so beautiful when you have this level of openness. You cannot go back. And being vulnerable, like I already mentioned, it shows strength and power. You need to know when to turn it on and when to turn it off. You don't need to be soft all the time. You don't need to be hard all the time. You need to know when to turn it on and off. This is where you develop more of emotional intelligence, where I made a video about emotional intelligence, so make sure you watch that one as well. Number 10, be vulnerable in your apologies. When you hurt your partner, being vulnerable means offering sincere apologies, acknowledging your faults, and showing that you are willing to grow. Yes. I got to tell you a story. This morning, I'm waking up every day at 2:30 a.m. I'm just like that. Now, my partner stayed the night, and she woke up with me because I just got out of bed and she just woke up, and she was upset about it. She's like, Jesus fucking Christ, man, why are you waking up so early? I don't want to wake up at your time. And she's having a retreat today, where she's facilitating a retreat, and she said, I need energy, and she was upset, rightfully so. And she went to her home so she can sleep. And at 6:30 a.m., I went to her place and I got into bed with her and I told her, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I woke up early and I woke up. Sometimes when I wake up, I just jump out of bed. And I could have woke up slower in order for me not to rock the bed. She will wake up. And I just told her, I'm very, very, very sorry. And you are right to feel upset about it, because I knew she have a very, very big day today. I knew it. And yeah, I disregarded subconsciously and I just got up. So I placed my hand on her heart and I just apologized. That deepened our bond even more. And she's like, I appreciate you so much. First of all, for coming here, for saying that, for acknowledging my emotions, and just release all the tension that was built up. Thank you. I love you. That was a beautiful moment. And these moments of disagreements actually can be used as stepping stone to deepen the connection, deepen the relationship. Use them. Owning up to your mistakes without defensiveness shows maturity and deep level of emotional investment in the relationship. And what I'm telling you here, it's not just a theory. You see, I'm telling you what I'm doing and what's working, and it is working. It worked for me. It will work for you as well. 11 is celebrate vulnerability. Celebrate when both your partner and you open up emotionally. Vulnerability is a sign of courage, trust. So acknowledge those moments when they happen. When your partner shares something vulnerable, express gratitude and appreciation for their openness. Like I said, thank you for sharing. Thank you for seeing me. It's very, very important. It goes a long way. Number 12, practice emotional empathy. Try to feel what your partner is going through, whether it's joy, pain, or confusion. Empathy is key to emotional intimacy. When you talk to your partner, say, I feel you instead of I understand you. Use emotional words. I feel you. Like I told you this morning when I woke up early and she didn't want to wake up early and she felt some type of way. I feel you. You're right. And I know. Instead of understand, you can just say, I feel you. It's deeper. You can use both, but I feel you, it's deeper. Let your partner know their feelings matter, and reflect back to them what you're hearing to make sure they feel understood. Reflecting back to them, it's one of the most important things when you practice empathy and developing your emotional intelligence and showing emotional intimacy. You can say, I feel that you feel this way. I'm feeling that what I've done made you feel hurt. When you acknowledge someone's emotions, they know you got them. When they know you got them, when your partner knows you got them, they relax. They relax, especially as a man. Show your woman she can relax in your arms. You got to. By working on yourself, embracing vulnerability, and creating safe, supportive environment for emotional connection, you can cultivate emotional intimacy that strengthens your relationship and deepening your bond. This is all I have for you for today. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you need more relationship advice or you need my guidance, the link in the description below to book a one-on-one call with me. I'm sending you love, and I will see you again in my next video. Take care.